Hi friends, today I thought of sharing some thoughts with you. Recently, I accidentally got to watch a video from the CEO of Nvidia, Jensen Huang, who is a popular face these days on internet, and he was talking about people who have very high expectations have very low resilience. I thought this is a very interesting thing to talk about because it really resonated with my past and my career a lot. So I started my career back in India. Yeah, I come from a very from a small village in India, where when I look back after completing the high school, probably less than 5% of people from my school were actually going to an engineering college. And there are multiple reasons for this. One of them is like the financial constraints of the other students. The financial constraints they face, the family backgrounds are not great. The parents are probably not really educated, and so those it's not because those people are actually not that smart enough. As a matter of fact, many of them were extremely better in academics than me, but they never ended up actually going to an engineering college or taking up a more of a professional degree, etc. And I feel really sorry for them. And I think coming from those background and having clarity and knowledge about what does a hard environment means in a life really gives you like a very strong mindset. I think a strong mindset, and also like helps you set your expectations extremely low because you know something different about the world. Um, and I got a chance to come abroad and experience a lot of great things, mostly working with great companies outside. I think I really consider these all of these things as really like high privileges that I have got, and I personally feel extremely fulfilled about it. So my expectations has always been extremely low, and also I think I had only small dreams. So I think one of the reasons why I was able to make at least some progress in my career is just because of these two factors, just because of having small dreams. People with very high dreams and very high expectations, the problem with that is the chance of getting disappointed is very quite often, because you have high expectations, and when you start building a company or like working in a startup environment, or you go to a job, they quickly realize that everything that they have studied is not really the it's not one-to-one match, right? So you will have to upskill yourself on that specific area or domain, and you have to become really like a domain expert in that area of your work. Um, so I think these things become very complex to achieve, and people with high expectations tend to relate their capability as a human being, that okay, I come from this very good academic background, then why am I not able to make this progress? I think it's because they have very high expectations. The same thing also applies to business actually. So internet is right now bloated with, if you type startup, then you see a lot of these videos and stuff coming, mostly focused from companies based in the US, because there were so many successful companies that came out of the US market, right? And they have set the standards, which is great. But the problem with that is 99% of those advices are actually not applicable to a normal person. As you know, 90% of the people actually don't end up becoming Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, but rather, do a normal job, 9 to 5 job, and that's it, right? So when you're starting a business also, I think the right way to think, right mindset to think about is, you can of course watch a lot of these fancy $1 million videos, startup stories, etc., etc. But the right mindset is to start with, can I start making $100 or even 100 rupees, depending on wherever you are. What's your current income? Can you make a little bit more, maybe like $100 additional every month, by building something which is a product, and that by building a product actually that really solves something and make the life of people better, right? I so the mindset has to really be like, can I start making like $100 more by building a product, and can I solve something for someone, and using a product, and can I launch it to the market, and can I just start making a little bit of additional earnings on top of my current earnings. So that is such a small dream, right? Because it's like a path towards becoming self-employed. So you're not like leaving your job right away and jumping into like a huge risk, but rather you're taking small steps, and your dreams are very small, which is to just increase your income by probably 1 or 2%, right? Setting up those small dreams are more important than a long-term vision, or like the huge dream and huge expectation of building something really great and becoming a millionaire or something, right? This is my personal opinion. Maybe yours might be different, but I think the consistency of having small dreams over a very long period of time can actually be more fulfilling, because you will see the progress really fast. You will succeed or fail really fast on a small scale. And if you keep doing that consistently over a long period of time, then you will see progress in your life. And when you make small successes and wins, you actually, it feels makes you feel fulfilled. As a matter of fact, I already feel extremely successful and fulfilled in my life, because I think I am extremely privileged to, have received and lucky to have received an opportunity to, travel abroad, from a small village, coming outside and building up a company of myself. I already personally feel very fulfilled. So anything that comes on top of that is really a bonus for me. That's why I always keep this mindset that I don't have a failure thoughts in my mind. Whenever I fail at something like an experiment or something, I really don't have a feeling of a big failure or disappointment, because these are just like a bonus on top of whatever fulfillment I have, whatever achievement I have made in my life so far. So I think that mindset is quite useful if you try to, I don't know, this is my personal opinion, but I think this mindset would be really good for you to develop, that makes you happy almost all the time and helps you keeps going. And when you come across things that you don't know, you just have to have like a highly curious mindset. So you need to develop a curiosity to know new things, to learn new things. But I think it's always good to have small dreams spanning across a consistent period of time, like continuously, dreaming extremely small, making small progresses, rather than keep putting up a very big goal in front of you and a big timeline. I think lot of those things lot of those advices out there on internet are extremely cultural and extremely influenced by probably successful American companies. But what I find interesting is that there is probably less than 10% or 5% of information out there about people who are building successful small businesses. Really, there is not enough information out there. If you type about startups, nobody's talking about these small businesses, and there are successful people who run profitable small businesses, right? So I think it's important to understand that building a startup is not about building $1 billion startup or all those fancy stuff that you see in the internet. It's really about, can you, starting with a mindset of, can you find happiness in making maybe 2% more income with what you have, building a product actually. And that's the beginning. If you can do that consistently over a period of, or a very long time, you will already see the level of progress that you're making in life, and that makes you fulfilled, that you can just keep going like that. And even if you fail, it's fine. So I just thought this is like a very important thing to keep in mind for all entrepreneurs. Yeah, thanks a lot for listening to my videos. We'll meet each other on another video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.